You're looking for something that actually works when you throw it out on the patio, a station that won't turn your backyard into a maintenance nightmare, that feels solid enough to survive the seasons, and that gives you real value for the money you spend. I get that hesitation, especially when the market is flooded with all-in-one carts that look slick on the page but end up being a collection of compromises. The last thing you want is to buy a fancy prep cart, only to discover the fridge leaks or the pizza oven takes forever to heat up, and you're left with half-finished drinks and a pile of unfinished meals. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I started digging into the Mont Alpi outdoor prep bar cart, the first thing I tried to figure out was how it would fit into a real-world entertaining routine, not just how it looks in a showroom photo. The unit is a 41-inch wide stainless steel cart that combines a prep surface, a built-in MAF refrigerator, a wine holder, and a portable countertop gas pizza oven. On paper that sounds like the ultimate backyard hub, but the question is whether those pieces actually play nicely together when you're juggling drinks, appetizers, and a pizza dough that needs a quick bake. Who should consider this cart? If you're the kind of host who regularly serves a mix of cold drinks, a cheese board, and a hot pizza or grill side dish for a group of 6 to 10 people, this setup can streamline the flow. The integrated refrigerator sits right under the ceramic countertop, keeping beverages and perishables at serving temperature without needing a separate cooler that you have to shuffle around. The wine holder is positioned so you can pull a bottle out, uncork, and pour directly onto your prep surface, no extra step of moving a wine rack from the house to the patio. And because the pizza oven sits on the same countertop, you can slide a pre-stretched dough from the prep area straight onto the oven, which is a real time saver when you're trying to keep guests happy. Who should skip it? If your gatherings are usually just a couple of people, or you prefer a minimalist setup with 1 or 2 dedicated appliances, the cart may feel oversized and pricey. It also isn't the best fit for renters or anyone who can't commit to a permanent outdoor installation, since the stainless steel and hammer-tone construction, while rust-resistant, still benefits from a stable, level surface and some anchoring to avoid wind-related wobble. If you're only after a simple cooler and a small bar cart, you'll likely find a more affordable, lighter option that meets those needs. Let's walk through a typical weekend scenario. Imagine a Saturday afternoon. You've set the cart on a concrete patio slab, the ceramic top is already wiped clean, and you've stocked the fridge with a few bottles of rose, a case of craft beers, and some fresh fruit. Your guests start arriving, and the first thing they ask for is a cold drink. Because the refrigerator is right under the prep surface, you can reach in, grab a bottle, and pour it onto a glass without ever stepping away from the action. The wine holder keeps the bottles upright and within arm's reach, so you're not juggling a stack of glasses and a bottle at the same time. When it's time for pizza, you roll out the dough on the ceramic surface, add sauce and toppings, and slide the tray onto the gas oven. The oven's quick heat capability means you're not waiting 20 minutes for a brick oven to come up to temperature. You can get a pizza on the stone and have it ready in about 810 minutes. That's the kind of seamless transition from cold to hot that makes a backyard party feel professional without you having to run back to the kitchen. Now, for the practical downsides. The first thing I noticed is the weight. Fully stocked, the cart tips the scales at well over 150 pounds, making it a bit of a chore to move once it's loaded. If you need to reposition it for a different layout or to protect it from a sudden storm, you'll need at least 2 people or a dolly. The built-in refrigerator, while convenient, is a single-door unit with a modest capacity, roughly a half-gallon per shelf, so you can't store a full case of drinks and still have room for fresh produce. That means you'll still need a secondary cooler if you're planning for a larger crowd or an all-day event. Another consideration is the gas pizza oven's fuel source. It runs on standard propane canisters, which you have to keep on hand. If you forget to swap out an empty can, the oven stops dead, and you're left with dough waiting on a hot stone. It's not a huge deal, but it does add a small logistical step that a pure electric countertop oven would avoid. Also, because the oven sits on the same countertop as the prep area, you have to be careful with the heat. The ceramic top does.